Ladies and gentlemen, here are 50 South Africa's top-selling SUVs for the month of September 2023. This is Loving Cars, and welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Edwin, this is Loving Cars. Thank you very much for watching this video, and thank you for liking. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for subscribing. Let's get to 15 top-selling SUVs in South Africa. Remember, these are not budget crossovers. They are proper SUVs, so they're not going to be cheap. At number 15 is the Japanese, the Toyota Prado, managing to sell 69 units in South Africa in the month of September. Toyota didn't do pretty bad when it comes to this one, because looking at the price tag, the Prado is not quite cheap, with a starting price of 1,145,600 Rand. That is a steep hill to climb if you want to own the Toyota Prado. At number 14 is Zoom. That's the Mazda CX-5, with selling units of 74 units in South Africa during the month of September. The Mazda CX-5 has a starting price of 524,600 Rand. It's not that much expensive comparing it to the Toyota RAV4. This is why Mazda is doing pretty good when it comes to selling SUVs in South Africa. At number 13 is Toyota again. This one is taken by the Toyota RAV4, selling 76 units. And it's a little bit more pricier than the Mazda CX-5, and I wonder why people buy it. Have you realized that Toyotas are no longer cheap anymore? By the way, this one has a starting price of 698,000 Rands. If you want a Toyota, you have to part ways with a lot of money these days. And number 12 is the Indians. Value for money. With a 6-year warranty of 150,000. It's a bargain, eh? It's the Mahindra Scorpio, selling 76 units, even beating Toyota. And guess what? It has a starting price of 464,700 Rands. Now that's value for money. At number 11, tying with the Mahindra Scorpio L, is the Isuzu MUX, selling 77 units in the month of September in South Africa. It's a bit pricier, but people still love that tractor-like engine, which is diesel, the same engine that you find in the Isuzu D-Max. The MUX has a starting price of 709,500 Rands. That is even way more expensive than the Toyota RAV4. Number 10, we're back to Asia, but this time is the South Korean. Is the Hyundai Tucan, selling 86 units in the month of September in South Africa, with a starting price of 548,700 Rands. It's a bargain buying a Hyundai. Actually, thinking that they have 7-year warranty makes me think twice. At number 9, we go to Germany. That's Europe for you. As the BMW, with units of 89 that were sold in September 2023, the BMW X5 has a starting price of 1.8 million. BMWs are not cheap, eh? And number 8 is a car that is only a shadow of itself. A car that is no longer reliable. That was very much reliable, but ever since it had joined ventures with Range Rover, it started losing its reliability, and they tried to make it luxurious instead of being more off-roading, capable of going off-road. They just stuffed in a lot of technology in it, and with a lot of technology, a lot of things are more likely to go wrong. It's the Land Rover Defender. They sold 118 units in the month of September in South Africa 2023. Guess how much it cost to buy a Land Rover Defender? 1.5 million Rands. Number 7 is the Chery Tigo 8 Pro, selling units of 156 in the month of September. That's pretty good for the Chinese, eh? And actually, looking at the fact that Chery gives you 1 million warranty of the drivetrain, or 10 years for the first buyer, by the way, it's pretty good. And the Chinese really penetrated the market with a competitive price tag. A 7-seater SUV with a starting price of 524,000 Rands. Man, that's a bargain. At number 6 is a Ford Ranger in disguise. That is the Ford Everest, selling 156 units in the month of September 2023, with a starting price of 848,000 Rands. That's 200,000 short. As a matter of fact, it's less than 200,000 of being a million. How valuable is our Rands anyway? At number 5, we're back to the Japanese again. Is the Toyota Land Cruiser 300, selling 219 units in the month of September Toyota really did pretty good on this one. The starting price is a 1.4 million. I wonder why people buy the Prado instead of the Land Cruiser though. And number 4 is those guys who just cannot use 10 signals. It's the BMW X3 with a starting price of 918,500 Rand, selling 224 units in the month of September. BMW really did pretty good. And looking at the fact that BMW doesn't like releasing many of its statistics of how many cars they sold each and every single month, so I'm surprised that they're actually doing pretty good. It's the same thing when it comes to Mercedes-Benz, which is why you don't see any Mercedes-Benz cars listed on this list, because Mercedes-Benz doesn't tell a car journalist how much and how many units they actually sold. At number 3 is the Volkswagen TQ1, selling 246 units in the month of September 2023, and with a starting price of 578,000 rands. That's pretty good, judging by the fact that you get a lot of features and a lot of luxury on this vehicle. However, you pay an arm and a leg for those features. Number 2 is a true sign that the Chinese have actually penetrated the market. It's the Aval H6, selling 454 units in the month of September. Guess what? It has a starting price of 454,890 for a 7-seater SUV. Aval H6. Man, that's value for money. Don't tell me and don't ask me how long it will last, because I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for South Africa's top selling SUV, year in, year out, month in, month out, for the Japanese reliable, unkillable, unbreakable, dependable, always a friend you can rely on is the Toyota Fortuna, selling units of 554 in South Africa with a starting price of 678,900 Rand. It is an unkillable vehicle you can own. It is one of the vehicles that a lot of people are hijacking because the engines can also fit in the Toyota Quantums and the Toyota Euro 6 and all of that. It's one of the greatest vehicles Toyota has ever produced, and it's actually cheaper than the Prado and the Land Cruiser and the RAV4, and I think it's a brilliant buy. There's nothing more I can say about this vehicle except for the fact that I really adore and admire the work of Toyota in a Toyota Fortuna. Of course, they can upgrade the interior because it seems to be updated a little bit. That's typical of Japanese cars. But if you buy that car, you definitely know your son is gonna drive it, your grandson is gonna drive it, and your great son, if you were gonna live to see it, will also drive that particular vehicle. They are unkillable. Ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what I had for you on South Africa's top selling 15 SUVs this month of September. I mean, we're in October now, sorry. In the month of September. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for subscribing. I'll be back with more awesome videos like this. Next time we'll be looking at 10 best-selling pickups or bakkies in South Africa. Stay tuned.